Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors of all ages, it is Scott Hammond with the 100% Humboldt podcast with my amazing best friend, Elle Penner.
Elle Penner.
Hey,
Yeah,
Elle
you got
Penner.
it right. Good job, best friend.
I know. Well, that's what best friends do. You know what? I knew it was going to be a musical day, so we should start with a song, but I brought my song shirt, my only tie-dye dress shirt. Is that something?
Oh my gosh, and it's got some teal on it, and teal is one of my brand colors.
There
So
you go.
good
I've
job.
seen you wear teal. So tell us the Elle story in a couple minutes. Where were you born, and who are you? How'd you get here?
Where was I born in? How did I get here? Okay, couple minute version would be that I was born, thank you for that reminder. Right.
You're okay.
The microphone. I was born in Red Bluff, California, which is 3.5 hours further down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's half an hour north of Redding.
Super hot.
Very hot. It's very hot. It's just a gas stop off of the I-5. Or you can go 299 to 5, or you can go 36. And I don't ever go 36, 299. But anyway, I was born there. I spent all of my childhood there. And but I would vacation with my family up at Sumeg State Park on summers.
Yes.
So my happiest summer memories are of here. So then to be able to move here after getting employment here and live where I grew up vacationing feels absolutely surreal. And I never get tired of seeing the fog. I never get tired of being cold.
What are those?
Yeah.
My son Jesse loves the fog. He goes, "Is it raining?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, that's perfect." I go, "You're just weird, son." He lives in Amsterdam, so they love it. It's crap weather all the time.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah.
He digs it.
If it's gloomy, I'm so pleased.
Wow.
I'm thoroughly thrilled.
Because you're used to 127 and
yeah, like it's 117 several times during the summer, just normally. Like once you're in June, if you're in the 90s, you're like, yay, cool.
Right. It got down in the 90s and it was perfect. And at night, it doesn't get cool over there. Does it really cool off?
Nope. Like my dad, I remember growing up, like he would, wake up at like 2 a.m. to open windows and run the whole house fan because that would be the coldest air. But then you'd have to shut it pretty soon.
Wow.
Because you're just going to start sweating in your sleep.
So did you graduate Red Bluff High or whatever it would be?
Yeah, Red Bluff High. We have one public high school, and my dad was a teacher there, and so was my grandpa, and so was my uncle. Wow. And mostly teachers were in my family, are in my family. So yeah, graduated from Red Bluff High, and then I wanted to go to a UC. And I was guaranteed admission into UC Santa Barbara and UC Davis, but I wanted to go as far away from Red Bluff as I could.
San Diego, LA?
UC San Diego.
Good school.
It's a great school. Yeah.
Hometown.
That's your hometown.
Yeah, not La Jolla.
Not La Jolla. Oh.
National City, the underbelly.
Oh.
Ooh. Lower middle class, hippie feral child with real long hair. You can't tell now. And like Peter Frampton now, he's all bald. It's funny.
Oh, man.
But yeah, those were the days. It was the blue collar. But we had fun, played at the beach, and it's hard to not have fun in San Diego.
It is really hard to not have fun in San Diego.
So college days, I bet you were a hoot in college.
I was quite a creature in college.
Quite a creature. Who wasn't?
Yeah. I was, in my late teens and early 20s, and I was an international relations student and very much wanting to learn about American government and international phenomenons and interactions. I was like, how did we get refugee camps? Like, how did that happen? And how did various very long wars, what was their starting point? Like, what are these untangleable messes that we have in the society of the globe? What are we doing right now to untangle them? And how are we failing and why? Clearly, we're failing.
The questions of the ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's what I was really interested in my undergraduate years. And yeah, UC San Diego had like the 7th best international studies program in the nation. So
killer area.
And yes. Yeah.
Did you ever go to Black's Beach?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That
nice.
was a frequent stop because it's very, very close to campus.
And very private.
Or not so private. Yeah.
For those of you that know that joke.
Yeah. There's like kind of the college kid area, and then there's the not college kid area.
Right.
And,
sailors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. It's good surfing, though.
No, it really was. Yeah. And I dated a surfer for a while. Right. It was very cool to see, like, there were periods where that algae that's bioluminescent would come.
Oh.
And so, like, I'd watch my boyfriend do, like, his little surferman dude skews through the waves and it'd, like, glow and light up around him. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I liked we would pick a part of a beach that was not popular. Tourists wouldn't go. It was, like, ugly. Mm-hmm. So it was always private and nice. There weren't a lot of people. And I would like go down to the beach in my stilettos and a short skirt. And
it's a long walk.
It's a long walk.
It's a hike.
I wanted to earn my beach trip. I earned it. So I would go down and I'd have a journal that I would write in, or I would read a textbook, and then I'd have my iPod and I would just do weird dancing in the waves because no one was there to see me because no one liked that ugly patch of beach.
It's the perfect place, though.
It was great.
There's no people.
It was great. And I'm notoriously bad at dancing and not body coordinated at all. So
remember Elaine on Seinfeld? You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
That whole...
Yeah. The kicks, the little kicks.
Yeah, that's classic at our house. Kids were raised on Seinfeld and The Office.
Same.
Yeah. Really,
Same.
Lot to learn there. Yeah.
So much.
Right.
So much of life you can fit quotes from either of those shows into just about any day of life.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
She did say that. See what I did with that?
Oh!
I knew it'd have to be sharp today, so... That might have been the pinnacle of how.
Oh my gosh! If we could find a way to fit in the quote, "Where are the turtles?"
Where are the turtles?
Do you remember that scene? So Michael Scott, it's The Office, and they're going and they're trying to do gift baskets to places.
Right. The walnut, the chocolate turtles.
The chocolate turtles, and then they get offended at one of those business owners
because he eats some of the turtles out of the gift bag.
Where are the turtles?
The basket.
Where are the turtles?
Hilarious.
Where are they? Sometimes I just yell that to my sister. No context.
I love it. That sometimes random is good. Is that where he crashed his car into the pond?
Yes.
He freaked out so bad at the end of the episode.
The machine knows, and he just drives straight into the water.
He goes right on the GPS. It's a pond. For you Office fans and Steve Carell, it kind of lost a little bit after he left.
Lost a whole lot.
Yeah.
I lost a lot. I only really like watching seasons 2, 3, and a little bit of 4, and that's even before he left. But I don't know. My standards are unique.
Says a lot about you. The whole Office.
You're in season 2 through 4 kind of gal. Says a lot about you.
You narrowed it right down. She's that. So, did you get your master's at UC San Diego?
No, I didn't. I graduated from UC San Diego with that bachelor's degree in international sociology, and then I was going to go off to the Peace Corps.
Oh, rad.
I'd minored in French literature, and I'd also taken a year of Arabic in college there and loved it.
Is that different from Farsi?
Yes, it is.
It's different.
Yes, it is. They're both beautiful languages, but yeah, Arabic is different. I had friends who spoke Farsi, but the one I learned was Arabic. And so, there was a point in time where I was dating someone where I was like, you know what? I really need to not date this person. And I keep on getting back and dating them. And I think they've followed me to Europe when I moved away to Europe and studied in France. But if I went to the Middle East or Africa, I bet you they wouldn't follow me.
Huh.
And so then I was like, well, Peace Corps would take care of that. And I'll just be like, hey, I speak French or Arabic. You should put me in either Africa or the Middle East.
Because I'm running from this boyfriend. This stalker.
He's so hot, but he's pretty stocky.
You can take the good with the bad.
You gotta, you find it where you can get it. And so, but anyways, yeah, I graduated and I had like this little waiting period where I needed to have the approval happen. So I moved back home to wait it out and then fell in love with my daughter's dad. We got married and then I did not go to the Peace Corps then. But eventually, when it was hitting me of like, okay, I'm working editing photography stuff, learning how to Photoshop. I'm doing makeup, makeovers for brides. I was working for a very fancy wedding photography business.
In Red Bluff?
They're located in Las Molinas, but they're like one of the top sellers for like the San Francisco area and LA. People hire
Las
them quite a bit
Molinas, that's
too.
really small.
I know.
I
But they're geniuses.
And they live in Las Molinas.
It's
hotter there than Red Bluff.
It is, but it has better Mexican food, so we'll
Killer.
take it.
Oh. And then there's Cottonwood. My friend lived there. He goes, hell is a local prefix. It's so hot.
It's so fun. I remember like one time in Red Bluff, I was staring at our beloved minerals shop called Gomer's. It's like a stones and minerals shop.
Wow.
And I was just looking longingly inside. I wanted to go in, and then I see this angry man who's got this car that's like the hood is smoking, and he's on the phone, and he's like, I am in the armpit of hell. My car is broken down and I can't get out.
I'm going to die here. Actually,
that's Red Bluff.
He was wrong. That's Bakersfield. Or Red Bluff. Okay.
How many poor little towns in California can we hate on today? Poor California.
Porterville's a close third.
I don't know that I've been there.
Joni's from there. It's just a good place to be from.
That my aunt says that about Red Bluff.
It's a little like National City, which isn't quite a pit and it's not as hot, but it's also kind of, I don't know. There's all kinds of, you know what? I went back and I figured it out.
Okay.
It's families trying to raise families and doing kids trying to raise adults.
Yes.
And it's hard and it's expensive.
Yes.
Even in the most lower middle class parts, it's like, it's that struggle for not just survival, but just to do the mission, man. Mm-hmm. To take care of kids.
Truly it is. And I don't know, that's after having spent my childhood in Red Bluff, which was pretty isolated from society. We were always about 15 years behind fashion trends. I shopped the place to get clothes was Walmart. There was not a mall.
Guess where this shirt's from?
Is it from Walmart?
Funny story.
Oh no, I'm scared.
It's so whenever I go to Medford,
okay.
My family hates on me because they don't hate me when I go to Trader's. Trader Joe's, that's okay.
No, you can't hate on that.
We go there all day.
Yeah.
I don't get hated on when I go to Costco because, well, there's no sales tax in Oregon. Cool. However, when you go to the big Walmart to get your oil and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Joni goes, yeah, you can't. And she rolls her eyes, and then somehow I drag everybody along, and all the grandkids.
You do it? They go with you?
Of course.
Do they groan in pain?
No, they squeal with joy because they get a free Hot Wheel. Grandpa buying the kids off. God. Don't worry about it. I got this.
You are saving Walmart. You are
single-handed with my $1 Hot Wheels. Yeah. Everybody gets one Hot Wheel, and they always want to upgrade to, can I get the $7 one? I go, dude, the agreement is the $1 Hot Wheel.
$1. It almost sounds like you're going to say Hot Wings. I've been watching too many Hot Wings episodes. Hot Wheel.
Yeah.
Hot Wheel.
They do have
Walmart.
Hot Wings, yeah. So did you pursue post-grad stuff?
Yeah. So then I was in Red Bluff, and I was working for the photographers who I'd hired for my wedding, and doing photoshopping stuff. And that was after I did a year of long-term French substitute teaching at the one high school, where like she'd been my French teacher, and then she had cancer, and so then she asked me to come do it. So I did that. But then, after several years of doing photography, editing, I was like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I want to do something that means something different.
Were you musical then with Devin and Brianna?
Yeah. Well, we weren't musical in that period because my brother was off in the Marines and my sister was off at undergraduate college herself.
Where'd she go?
She also went to UC San Diego.
Cool.
Yeah.
In the footsteps.
Yes. Yes.
Because I just kind of envision you guys as the Von Trapp family.
We're pretty Von Trappy.
The hills are alive.
The hills, those hills off in Red Bluff, they were alive. Because, when we were far younger as like little babies, my dad taught Devin and I how to harmonize, and we were in like a family band.
That's cool. You might say the bluffs are alive with the sound.
The bluffs.
We could sing that one a little later.
Yeah.
Have you heard that joke? Can you sing Over the Hill and Far Away?
Oh my gosh.
Get it? Like if you can't sing or
if you
could you sing that Over the Hill and Far Away?
And Far Away, could you do that?
Yeah.
Help us out.
Yeah. Not you, but you get to sing here pretty quick. So guess what? You got a master's somewhere.
I got a master's at CSU Chico when my aunt was like, what did you like about your undergraduate degree? And I was like, well, I liked that I could hear 10 languages in one day working with refugees. Mm-hmm. I liked that I was helping families navigate difficult times.
In San Diego.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I loved it so much that even beyond doing like my internship for a quarter, I kept spending one day a weekend with a family originally from Burundi, Africa, for a year. Every Saturday, I would hang out with their family and just help them feel like they were connected to the area that they'd moved to that was so different from where they'd come from and also different from the refugee camp they lived in for 10 years.
Did they make you family?
They did. Oh. They really did. Yeah. Like I would.
Of course they did.
I would like teach the kids. I would teach the kids little art lessons. We would go to the park. We'd go to the beach. We'd all play together and run in the waves. They made me dinners. We would just do stuff together. And then when they moved to a different state, they hooked me up with another family who they wanted to be supported. And I did that until I graduated. So,
I love that.
But anyways, my aunt was like, okay, well, let's take away the international components and what is left because you're stuck in Red Bluff. But you haven't popped out any kids yet. So grad school, the time is now. And I said,
Chico's at 45 minutes away?
Chico is 45 minutes away. And so she was like, well, honestly, you're talking about helping families. You're talking about dealing with crisis. You're talking about human relation and hardship. That is social work.
Perfect.
And I was like, oh.
And that's what you do now.
That's what I do now.
And with that thought, if you're just joining us, my new best friend, Elle Penner, is telling her life story. And we're getting to the music part and the Chico State part. And there's always the partying part at Chico State we'll talk about. But I digress. So Chico State, did you live right in town?
I didn't. I actually lived in he was my husband at the time. My husband and I lived in my grandparents' basement, and he worked like 3 jobs so that I could go to school because in that grad program, while it was paid for by a stipend that I agreed to do where I would work for CPS or the state for 2 years after that, there was no way that I could work a job while being in that program. Right. Because 9 to 5, I was taking classes or I was interning. I was working for free.
So you're grinding all the time.
Grinding. So lived in a basement for like 2 years and went to Chico. Did not do any partying. And I felt kind of on the older end of things.
Bummer, dude.
A bummer. Such a bummer.
It's kind of past the party arc of Chico too because it was like, I think in the late 90s, 80s.
Yeah. By 2017, they'd pretty much mellowed out.
Yeah. My daughter went there.
Yeah.
She graduated during COVID.
Oh, my gosh.
We went over and got her early. So it's Taco Tuesday in McKinleyville at Beaupre. Taco Friday.
Okay.
We get the phone call and Michaela goes, hey, Mom, what are you doing? Not much. What's going on? Well, there's 5 of us left in the dorms because they cleared out the campus. Gosh. And you understand, Michaela's in a wheelchair, so she's handicapped and brilliant and lovely.
Yeah.
She majored in history.
How cool.
Was wondering that maybe you wanted to come get me tomorrow. So Jody goes, tomorrow. She got in the car and went and snagged her, and she never went back. She graduated at Chico State, McKinleyville.
Chico State, McKinleyville.
And good job. Shout out to Michaela. Hi, Michaela.
Good job, Michaela.
Did good.
Call.
Yeah. A lot of people had to go away and graduate elsewhere. Sad.
Yeah.
Weird time.
That was a weird time.
So you got your degree in 17?
17, yeah. And then straight out of graduating, I landed a job here in Arcata. And I was nervous before I landed that job because where I was interning was with Shasta County CPS and the Emergency Response Unit.
Wow.
And that was not my cup of tea, I tell you what.
Pretty radical kids.
Yeah, I thought that it was going to be something that was going to be in my wheelhouse because I was like adrenaline pumping, going in there and figuring out what's going wrong and putting a stop to it. That sounds, in like defending the rights of children.
Hero stuff.
I wanted to, I thought that that's what I wanted to do. But in reality, having the pressure of seeing situations and sometimes being the only one because the law enforcement were understaffed, so they could not go with you. And, so like I had to go in a meth flop house behind a shack that had like this car seat thrown on top of like a volleyball pole and cactuses to scare you. And I was a 5'3" young woman going into a trailer alone with a 6'3" man who was testing positive for meth and really didn't want his children to be taken from him.
It's kind of badass.
It was something. I was like, this is not sustainable for me long term. I think not the emergency response part of it. Maybe the ongoing part where I'm partnering with the parents on working to reunite with their children.
The investigations and the other part of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
the front line would be tough.
The front line is. The front line is. So. I did it for a year and then they were like, okay, well, when you graduate, we're going to put you right in ER. And I was like, wait, maybe not ER. Can I do the later on part? And they're like, no, we trained you for ER. That's where you're going.
That Chico whatever memorial?
No, that was with Shasta County actually that I interned.
So Redding?
Yeah, Redding.
So working right in the ER?
Emergency response CPS.
Okay, that's different.
Yes, it's different. Yeah, ER. I did have friends who did work as social workers in ER, and their stories were crazy.
I bet.
Yeah.
Those are pretty wild.
Yeah.
Did you see the tragic, the underbelly, the heart stuff?
Yeah.
The darkness that is us sometimes.
You witness a lot. Witness a lot of pain, physical pain, emotional pain, and that's true in the child welfare system as well. So anyways, I didn't want to get hired there. And so when there was a job that opened up in Arcata with the state, those are rare to open up as jobs.
Doing what?
Working with adoption.
And that's what you do now, right?
That is what I do now.
In Arcata?
In Arcata, yeah.
Really? What agency?
Well, it's state adoptions essentially, but we work with all sorts of like smaller counties who their CPS agencies are so small that it's cheaper for them to hire someone else to do the adoption piece instead of create a whole other unit for themselves to have to manage it. So we work alongside with CPS social workers, but we technically are employed by the state.
Oh, I got to use my prop.
Okay.
Just remembered. But I don't have my pointer, so I'll use my arm. Arcata, California, is located in Humboldt County. Also in California.
Yeah.
And it's right there at the top of the bay. Do you see where the 101's going north?
I see it.
There's the bay. Home of the next Bay Trail on the 28th is going to open up. Oh my gosh. Everybody's like losing their minds.
Yes.
It's going to be so cool.
Yes.
So we could ride from our house way up by Clam Beach all the way down
You're by Clam Beach. Awesome.
To the nuclear power plant. Just go down there and warm up. Turn around. We're going to head on down to the nuke plant. Have a anyway. Yeah.
The 28th. That's so exciting.
It's going to be huge. I see they're just like that's one little stretch when we drive in from McKinleyville. There's like one little stretch right by Jacobs, and they're just.
Oh man. You can almost taste it.
Are you a bike rider?
I used to be, and now not so much. I'm really into walking. I walk, and especially with how gorgeous it is around here, you can walk through forest if you walk outside. If you live close enough to a forest, it doesn't take much to walk through one.
Big doings up here.
Yeah.
Sumig, Arcata Forest, Prairie Creek.
There's the one by the zoo in Eureka, the Sequoia Forest.
Right. And then there's Skywalk up above.
Yeah, there's
and
the
Ewoks
Skywalk
on the Skywalk.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
Have you played there?
Yeah, just outside of it. Just in the park.
In the park itself.
The park itself.
We'll talk about that in a minute. So you are absolutely taking care of people, taking care of kids.
For my 9 to 5 job. It's working with children, but it's also working with families. It's essentially helping families figure out how to have a new addition to their group, and then learn how to gel together and learn how to honor each other's stories before they found each other.
Wow. So my podcast coach back east, who does a lot of behind the scenes stuff, her daddy is Tom Rector from Thomas Home Center, who teaches adoptive parents, and I'll turn you on to him when we're done.
Oh, cool.
I'll shoot you a link.
Oh, nice.
Shout out Tom Rector. Actually, probably right up there, brilliant like you.
Oh.
And is talking about how we're raising adults. I just saw some clips, so I know this. We're raising adults, and it's all about how to do that right.
Yeah.
For the parent and for the kid, and there's a way to do it.
There is.
There's ways to do it and there's ways to not do it.
There are several ways to do it, and there are plenty of ways to not do it. And man, what a challenge. I mean, being a parent myself, how many times have I experienced self-doubt on am I doing something? I don't think I can even really, I'm not smart enough to figure out what's exactly best for my specific child, but how do I do something for her that's good? How do I figuring out how to respect a child? What does it look like to give respect to a 2-year-old?
And listen to their opinions.
And what does it look like to give respect to a 6-month-old? Every human deserves respect, even if they're under 18.
Yeah.
And so what does that look like? How do you do it?
Good. Yeah. So, some of us actually wrote a book about that.
Everyday Dad.
Written by that guy when he had a little bit more hair. so I told Pastor Joe today at lunch, I go, it was the therapy book. It was just getting it all out.
Yeah.
Amazon. If I had to live on it, I would be dead by now.
Would you?
The whole family would be dead. But you're right. There's ways to do things and to not do things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the fact that you take care of families and kids. So you love Tom Rector because he goes all the way around the country, talks to adoptive, giant, I was going to call them congregations, conventions.
Oh, nice.
He's that dude.
Nice.
One of those dudes. So day job, Clark Kent, taking care of people in Arcata and families.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the night job. So Superwoman. I'm trying to think of a female Clark Kent. Anyway. What would that? So then the glasses come off and the suit comes off, and here you have a cape?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Do you wear a cape when you perform?
Well, I mean, sometimes we find things that are very cape-like, especially if we're doing kind of the drag jazz thing or during Amber Soul days, Brianna has that moth wingy, capey sort of thing that we used for one of the Eureka Friday night markets when it was the theme was Animal Kingdom. So there's some stuff that's kind of
good idea.
Cape-like.
So hey, before we talk band and music, could you sing a little song?
Could I sing a little song?
Anything that you have in mind? Bethany thought the doxology would be amazing.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Want to do that one?
I know that one.
This one goes out to Bethany Shea.
This one's for you, Bethany.
Yeah. B.
Okay. Yeah. Just got to remember being in the Penner family gatherings. We're right about to have dinner and we're all going to sing it. Okay. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen.
Very.
Now I miss my Nana.
Very nice. Where's Nana now?
Nana!
You know what? So AI has some things to say about you. And
Oh,
I rarely quote my little cheat notes here, but this is pretty cool.
okay.
Elle Penner's voice is a tapestry of rich tones and heartfelt expression, weaving together elements of indie, folk, pop, gospel in a way that feels both timeless and contemporary. Really?
AI? What?
AI digs you, man. Whether she's belting out anthems that demand attention or crooning soft, introspective ballads,
Oh,
Elle's vocal range and emotional depth shine through. What?
oh my
I like
gosh.
this. I actually like this.
I don't want a robot to make me cry.
I know.
No!
Stop it. Stop it, AI.
I'm supposed to hate you. No.
Yeah, you're supposed to hate AI, didn't you? Fans often describe her performance as mesmerizing. Her ability to connect listeners through her music is the hallmark of her artistry. Wow, that's pretty bomb.
Oh my goodness.
I like that. And I've watched people come up, as I have, to say, hey, wow, thanks. I'm just a McKinleyville person that lives in a trailer, and you performed at the park, and my sister and I, we love you, and you're and you're always gracious. So
I want to be
also a different skill set and lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So yeah.
Well, thank you, and thank you, AI.
Thank
for
you.
all of those words.
Thank you for the words. Yeah, no, it's every once in a while AI just really nails some stuff. So it's worth reading. So Young and Lovely is your primary musical outlet?
The primary one these days, yes, it is.
Give us the story arc on y'all. What's that about?
Yeah, well, that started here in Humboldt. That became a thing out of an offspring of us doing other musical things when really my sister and I were and my brother were badly wanting to get back to jazz. My brother and I had found jazz when we were little babies in high school.
Nice.
And we used to go play at retirement homes and sing for folks there.
Jazz?
Jazz. Only jazz.
Like Miles Davis?
Yes. Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday. It was we found jazz when I was, I think, 15 or 16 and Devin was 14.
Wow.
And so anyways, and that changed Devin's life, finding jazz music. Because from there, then he just fully focused on that and ended up getting recruited into the Marine Corps All-Stars Jazz Band, where he was at for 7 years.
Quite a pianist.
He is incredible.
Where's he now?
He's now in Chico area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Shout out to Devin.
Hey, Dev.
I bet Dev will watch this.
He might. It's long. I don't know if he has that much time.
I know. He has to drive somewhere. He could do it in the car.
Yeah, you could listen. You could listen, Dev. You don't have to watch your sister. Just listen to her.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey-oh.
Big sister moment. Anyways, but yeah. So we had found it and loved it in our teen years. And then while Devin did it for his career, it just kind of hibernated for me and my sister, and was just something we listened to mostly.
Right.
Out after that.
Who else during that time? Everybody else is listening to, I don't know,
pop,
AC/DC.
Yeah, and Red Bluff.
Van Halen.
Yeah, we'd be hearing Back in Black playing, while we're about to watch a football game.
Not Bruno Mars. That's
Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think in Bruno Mars, by the time I was in undergraduate college, he was there. He was doing his thing.
So they're tripping on the usual, and you guys are tripping on jazz.
Just obsessed with jazz.
I like that. It's pretty cool.
It was fun. It was good. So anyways, but then in Humboldt, when Devin moved here, and he was we moved here to go to grad school, but could not abide not playing music. And so went and tried to like tell the various restaurant owners here, like, hey, I played at fancy high-end restaurants in San Diego, jazz music on the side. Here's my website. Here's how I sound.
You did or Devin?
Devin did.
In the military?
No, Devin, when he moved here to Humboldt, he tried.
But he played in San Diego?
Yeah, he did. He played in San Diego.
Because he was the Marine Corps at Pendleton?
Yes, for a while.
Guess whose dad sold insurance on Camp Pendleton?
Oh my gosh. Look at this world.
Bob Hammond.
Whoa.
And one of my first girlfriends in Chula Vista was Dawn Annis, Annis.
Oh my gosh.
Weird. Greek.
Crazy.
She was 16. Her daddy was 81.
Oh, whoa.
Real digression, but carry on.
So when Devin moved here to Humboldt to go to grad school, couldn't bear not to play, tried to like get restaurants, and they're like, nope, we have our people. We have our musicians. There are musicians here, and we already have them. And so then Devin was just like, ugh, what do I do? And one day my mom was visiting and hanging out in a gym, and Zach Swerdling's wife was in the gym and talking about how his band needed a pianist.
Wow.
And so then the mommies talked to each other, wives.
Zach.
It was like a momager moment. And then, once Zach found Devin, eventually.
The mom network.
The moms. So
she introduced you guys to Zach?
Yeah, she introduced, she got Zach and Devin meeting up. He did a substitute keyboard thing for the Ghost Train at the time. Oh. And then Nate was like, no, this needs to be the main pianist.
Wow.
And then he was. And so, anyways, a bunch of different musical projects came out of Devin getting to know the Swerdling family. And Young and Lovely is honestly my favorite one of all of the
So there's several different bands that you've played still.
Yeah, we did Amber Soul, which was like that glam pop rockish kind of band. And that did stuff for a couple of years. And then Young and Lovely and Amber Soul existed at the same time. And then once my brother had to move, the Amber Soul could not survive. What Devin was doing of playing 2 different keyboards with 4 different patches, nobody wanted to sign up to do that crap.
How do you do that?
But there are plenty of folks who are accomplished in jazz here who could help carry Young and Lovely. So we're really thrilled that the musicians of Humboldt stuck by our jazz band so we could, Brianna and I could keep singing.
Somebody said the hardest working band in town. You guys play a lot. Quite a lot.
Oh, quite a lot.
That's good.
We do. We do play a lot. We're thrilled that people want us to.
Or played there?
We haven't. I go there a lot to hear the Opera Alley Cats play. When I have free time.
Is Tim in that? The guy with...
Tim Randalls is in that
really
one on Tuesdays, and Matt's on Fridays.
Okay. What's Matt's last name?
Matt Seno. Seno.
Heard about him.
He's an angel.
He
is.
Oh, there's some left.
Yeah.
Matt Seno. Okay. He's a keyboardist too.
He plays piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zach. Zach's like Bill Graham, discovering bands. And who was the guy with the big beard that produced Johnny Cash at the end?
Oh,
famous producer.
Colonel, what's his name?
Big beard, Rick Rubin.
Oh, Rick Rubin. No, then not Colonel. So Rick the
Rick did the whatchamacallit, Beastie Boys.
Oh my gosh.
Rick was bad at A.
Wow.
Kind of like Zach. But a different community. This is the Zach show. So we'll see how AI does with my transcript. Zach Swerdling.
Zach Swerdling. Yeah.
No.
But no, truly, it truly is because Zach saw talent and wanted to nurture it and wanted to gather other folks around it that any Penner-related music happened here at all because, Devin was knocking on doors and just getting like, nope.
Weird, huh? Who you know?
Yeah.
That's cool. So he's promoter, mentor?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's a looker-outer for the musicians.
A looker-outer. I think I get what that is. So couple of stories from the band, a couple of memorable moments.
Okay.
Before, during, or after, something crazy happened. How about a story?
Okay.
You were in Old Town. It was Friday night market, and there's Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. He was looker-outer.
Oh, man. If only we had that. Okay. it wasn't a Young and Lovely story, but there was, for a harmonic howl just recently, we were playing at a protest. We were up top. We were singing Brianna's original song, which we only started writing original music because Zach kept pushing us to be like, put out your own stuff.
Sure.
So anyways, she and I and Ruth George were in harmonic howl singing to like a bunch of protesters. Original The Isle, which you can find on Spotify and iTunes and YouTube, anywhere. The Isle by Harmonic Howl. And walking by us was Sarah Bareilles.
Cool.
Just walking on by. And I was like, how freaking cool.
That's cool. She was just in the area?
She was in the area. And she was among the people like who were having their freedom of assembly, freedom of speech moment.
Nice.
There she was. And I was
hanging
like,
out.
all I could do to not be like, everybody look right there, Sarah Bareilles. Get over here. Like, I was like, no. Let her live her life.
Yep. Let her be cool.
Let her live. Like I get to do that when I'm not in my wig and I look and I don't have makeup on. I look very different. Nobody stops me. Nobody thinks anything of me. I get to just live my life.
Also young and lovely.
Yeah.
So I'm asking for Sarah Bareilles or Guy Fieri to be my number 100th guest.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I got an email out to one already.
Good.
We'll see.
We shall see.
They're from Humboldt.
Yeah.
They're both 100% Humboldt.
They're 100%.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, that would just be great.
Honestly, I'm shocked that I got invited since I've only been here for 8 years. I've barely put time in. Thank you for having me.
Hey, come on. You're now local. Hey, speaking of which, if you're just joining us, it's Elle Penner from The Young and Lovely and from Taking Care of Families. And it's time for the time in the show where we do the quiz.
Ooh.
Oh, what? But wait. Oh my gosh. A Dick Taylor craft chocolate black fig bar.
Black fig. Ooh. Gotta love Dick Taylor chocolate.
Do you want to do an improv on the black fig bar real quick while you hold it and
yeah.
see it? You can't have it yet because you got to do the quiz. Okay. But I'm going to let you hold it and sing about it.
Oh.
Could you do an improv like a like a da 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 da
yeah.
da? Okay, Adam and Dustin, this is your whole sponsorship right now.
All right.
Deanna.
When you're walking along and things are going wrong, know what you gotta do? Get some Dick Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Get some Dick Taylor in your hands. Find a place to get to a band and sing some jazz and eat it in your hand. It's Dick Taylor. Dick Taylor, 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 Dick Taylor, Taylor, Taylor. Nothing wrong. Sing a song and eat some Dick Taylor. There it is.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. That was first time you've ever heard that song. Okay. That's
nothing
good.
wrong. Sing a song. What the crap?
With a bar in your hand and you're going downtown. I forgot how that went. So, we'll play it back. So, thank you. That's pretty good. 72% dark.
Ooh, 72. That's a good number.
Yeah. So many come before you, like Bethany and Adam Dick. He's been on. Who should have brought, I think he brought it, and I just didn't have, I wasn't that smart. He didn't have, I think he brought his mandolin, and he could have just jammed.
Oh, he could have jammed.
But you know what? The day is early.
We're
going to have a few more episodes before number 100. So,
yeah.
See. So, question number 1.
Okay.
Elle, you get the day off, unlimited resources, do whatever the heck you want to do, whomever. Day off, paid day off.
Ooh.
Unlimited budget. What do you do in Humboldt? 9 a.m., 9 p.m. Go.
9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, first thing that I do, because it feeds my soul the very most, is to go to Sumeg State Park and go down to Agate Beach. Agate Beach is my happy place, so I will sit there and look through the rocks for agates and listen to Nat King Cole's version of Stardust.
Ooh.
So that's how I'll start my day. That's going to be what? At least an hour and a half.
Easy.
Maybe 2 hours.
Plus drive time.
Yeah, plus the drive time. So that's my first stop. And then after that, I think I'm going to end up going to Brio cafe
In Arcata.
in Arcata. I really love their the coffee beans that they get from the Sebastopol place, the Flying Goat.
Is that what it is?
Flying Goat. Those beans. I mean, I'm stuck, man.
Really?
That's like all I can handle having now is, and I've got an espresso machine at my house.
Do you buy their beans?
I buy those beans.
Do you buy them from them or do you buy them from Sebastopol?
No, I buy them from Brio.
What brand is it again? Flying Goat.
Flying Goat. They have a picture of a goat on their bag, which I'm sad about. They used to just have a brown paper bag and it looked kind of cute, but now there's art on it, which yay art, but it's a goat. So there it is.
It's a goat. You ever had Phil's coffee in the Bay Area? PHILZ?
I've heard. Actually, I did just the other day. Tyson made me some coffee one morning, and he said, "Hey, Blake went to San Francisco, and he brought back some Phil's." And I was like, "Oh, I like this coffee."
Was it okay?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, the experience is cool. They only have like 20 stores, and they're outstanding. Hey, question number 2.
Yep.
You get to go on. Well, did you finish question number 1? So you went to Brio.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm already moving on here.
Agate Beach, Brio. I'd probably buy a book from somewhere in Eureka, maybe Eureka Books.
Mm-hmm.
I would get a book.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would probably eat dinner at the Venetian because they have a chicken piccata, and I'm a sucker for chicken piccata.
Oh.
So I would go there for that. They also have fun drinks. And then I would try to finish out the day, except I can't remember how late Jersey Scoops is open.
Oh, good question.
Because their ice cream
It's killer.
is so good.
Pretty good. Joni's a big fan.
Oh, my gosh.
I had Thomas on a couple episodes ago. Lucky.
I saw.
Guess who got a spare pint of ice cream?
You did?
I'm talking about.
Nice.
But he got a Dick Taylor bar. So what am I? Hey, he's did pretty well.
There you go.
Question number 3.
Mm-hmm.
2. Where am I? 2.
Yeah.
I was going to ask the trail question. What do you love about your life right now?
Ooh. About my life right now, I love that I get to work hard at things that I feel good about. Like whether it's with my work or with music or with community organizing, I feel good about everything that I'm doing.
Wow.
And that's not how I've always felt in my life. You know, you don't always get to feel happy about what you have going on.
I love that answer. It's good. So it's not work.
It's not really work.
Yeah. Find what you love and you'll never have to work another day of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. Well, question number 3.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is for all the marbles here.
Oh.
And you know that I make this crap up as I go.
I knew you. Okay.
This is just
Okay, Scott.
This is just transparent BS going down here. I'm going to ask you, I guess, favorite restaurant. Couple of restaurants you'd love to go to. Unlimited budget.
In Humboldt
In
or
Humboldt.
outside of Humboldt?
No, in Humboldt.
In Humboldt. Oh, man. I love, you know what? The freaking fries. I've gone back to this place and they're not open and I want them so bad. The fries that are at the Carter House.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one time I
That's
was
right.
like,
They're killer.
they're so good. I was sitting like in their lobby of the inn and then in front of the fireplace
Big fan.
and they like gave me a drink and then they're like, oh, by the way, you could order some food right now. And the Parmesan was so dag-nab fresh on those fries. And the consistency, it was like, I felt like I was in San Francisco.
Sweet. The bolognese fries are killer.
Bolognese.
Bolognese.
Oui. Mm-hmm.
Repeat that for a while. Well, hey, listen, congratulations.
Oh, did I win?
Because you're a winner.
Oh,
Winner, chicken dinner.
gosh.
72% Tanzania.
Wow.
Dark chocolate black fig. Do you know that these are the whole bar? Swear. 240 calories for an entire bar. I mean, if you ate this in one sitting, it probably wouldn't feel good.
No.
But half of it tastes amazing. So I present you with your new Dick Taylor bar.
Dick Taylor. Thank you.
Thank you. So your turn. Call out all the band and all the stuff. shout outs. Where do we find your music?
Okay.
How do we book you? How do we get autographs? Do you sell swag? Photo ops? How do we connect with y'all and the bands?
Yeah, with all my stuff. Okay. So, Young and Lovely, you can find us by going to Facebook and searching Young and Lovely, or Instagram and searching Young and Lovely. At Facebook, we really try to let you know through Facebook events when things are happening. We give you at least a few weeks' notice of what's going to be going down. We have a lot going on in June, and we have a lot generally going on in the summer.
Nice.
The weather is nice. There's outdoor things. So, yeah, we're going to be at Fieldbrook Winery this month. We're going to be at the Botanical Gardens this month. We're going to be at the Jersey Scoops Lolita Block Party this month.
When is that? End of the month?
That is on the 21st. That's one more week away from the day that we're filming this.
Right.
June 21st.
You know Thomas and Cody, obviously.
Yes, I do know Thomas and Cody. Yeah.
Very cool.
They had us for the first year. They did it last year, and they're bringing us back again. So we're coming on back. It's a fun one. So anyways, yeah, you can find Young and Lovely on Instagram or Facebook. And then also I'm in Harmonic Howl, which is kind of a newer group. And it's like social activism, original music, but also we do covers of like woman-empowered ballads and also just like anthems throughout the decades with a folksy twist.
And name a song or two, or an artist.
Oh my gosh, we do a version of Jolene by Dolly Parton. We do a version of Falling by Alicia Keys. We do Britney Spears' Toxic. We do what's up? What's going? Hey, yeah. Anyways, all sorts of fun ones. We picked a bunch of songs where we thought if you're just sitting down and relaxed and maybe sipping on a glass of wine and you want to have the most emotionally satisfying sing-along, those songs are for you.
Cool. Love it. So we can find you on Facebook.
You can find us on Instagram, that band, Harmonic Howl.
Okay. And
then trying to think if there's any other projects that I have going on. Well, I'm also a part of Humboldt Musicians for Peace, which is now like a coalition of a bunch of different musicians who are wanting to provide community activist support so that if you have something where you would like uplifting, empowering music, then you can get it.
Call y'all.
Call them. Hit us up. There's an email address. I think probably just Google Humboldt Musicians for Peace. HumboldtMusiciansForPeace@gmail.com. No, that's what it is.
There it is. Last question.
Okay.
What do you want to be remembered for? What are we saying at your celebration of life?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I think what I hope they say at my celebration of life is that Elle got us thinking about how we treat anyone we meet.
Nice.
That's what I'd like.
That's
maybe
good.
thinking a little differently than you thought before you met me about how you treat the people you meet.
I love that. And it rhymes good.
It does.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy that chocolate. It's really good.
I am so excited.
I know.
Now I'm going to have my sister come up with better Dick Taylor jingles because, we need to improve.
We'll sing that next time you're back. Ooh.
Okay.
Well, that concludes it for tonight, folks. Thanks for joining us. 100% Humboldt with Scott Hammond. Hey, vote for us this month on the North Coast Journal Best of Humboldt.
Vote.
In the bonus section. Vote often. You can do it daily. Like us, love us, tell us what you feel on all the socials, and catch us on any podcast, YouTube, and on Access Humboldt, the cool guys down there at CR. And we'll be back next time. Scott Hammond, 100% Humboldt, with my friend Elle Penner signing off.